Hey everybody, and welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are diving into this really cool thing called the TSSFL Technology Stack.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like some pretty ambitious stuff. They're trying to create a single platform for learning, for research, even for business.
Yeah.
And all of it is powered by some really cool tech.
Right.
We've got a bunch of sources for this one, their website, of course,
Of course.
some chatter that we dug up from their forums,
Mm-hmm.
and even some marketing materials that we were able to snag. So let's jump right in and see what this TSSFL is all about.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how TSSFL has changed over time.
Yeah.
They started as a pretty simple online forum, actually.
Ah,
And from those humble beginnings, they've been working on building out this comprehensive technology stack.
okay.
So imagine taking like the best parts of those knowledge sharing platforms,
Yeah.
like forums,
Right.
but then adding in like cutting edge software tools.
Oh, wow.
That's what they're aiming for.
Okay, so it's not just a place to chat. They're also building software tools right into the platform. What kind of tools are we talking about here?
Well, they've got a really wide range of tools, but one of the areas where they've really gone all out is in artificial intelligence.
AI.
Yeah, AI. They've got tools for generating text and images.
Really?
Yeah, so think about it. You're working on a project and
Oh.
you need a visual
Mm-hmm.
to illustrate a concept, or you need to polish up a report or something.
Right.
You could do all that right there on the platform using these AI tools.
Wow. So I could literally have AI help me write a report. That sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
But also maybe a little bit intimidating. Is this something that like only really tech-savvy people can use?
That's a great question, but actually, no, not at all. They've integrated some really powerful AI models like Google Gemini and ChatGPT.
Oh, wow. Yeah, those are big names.
Yeah, but they've really thought about making it user-friendly,
Okay.
even for folks who aren't programmers or AI experts.
Gotcha.
They want to make these tools accessible to everyone.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal, right?
Huge.
Especially when you think about places where access to technology and education is more limited.
Absolutely.
And I know TSSFL started in Tanzania, right?
Yeah, they're based in Tanzania.
So is that part of their mission?
Definitely. One of their goals is to be a catalyst for, technology-assisted learning and research,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in Tanzania and Africa. They know that by putting these tools online,
Right.
they can break down a lot of barriers.
Like location barriers.
Yeah, location and access.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are, you can learn, you can collaborate, you can innovate.
It's a pretty powerful idea.
It is.
So let's dive into some of the specific tools a little bit more.
Yeah.
You mentioned AI, but what other tech have they kind of packed into this stack?
Well, for starters, they have this really cool thing called PyScript.
PyScript.
Yeah, and this lets you run Python code right in your web browser.
Hold on, run Python in my browser.
Yeah, in your browser.
Yeah.
So this might sound a little technical,
Yeah, a little bit.
but it's a total game changer for anyone who wants to learn to code.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because
Gotcha.
you don't need to download anything. You don't need to install anything.
Right.
You can just start learning and experimenting with Python right there on the platform.
So someone like me, who has literally zero coding experience, could hop on TSSFL and start learning Python?
That's the idea.
Wow, that's really cool. And it's not just for Python, right?
No, they've also got some great tools for data collection,
Okay.
which is obviously super important for research.
Right.
And they've integrated things like ODK Collect and Kobo Toolbox, which are both powerful tools for gathering data, even in places with limited internet access.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you could have researchers in like really remote areas
Yeah,
easily gathering data for important projects.
that's amazing. So we've got AI tools, coding tools, data collection tools. It's starting to sound like TSSFL has something for everyone.
It really does.
What about people who are more visual learners, you know?
Oh, yeah. Good point. They've definitely got tools for them, too. They've integrated interactive learning tools like Jujagobra and Desmos.
Oh.
And those are fantastic for visualizing math and science concepts.
Right.
And they make learning a lot more engaging because
Yeah.
you can actually interact with geometric shapes and graphs and equations.
Yeah.
So it's not just about, reading textbooks and memorizing formulas.
Yeah.
It's about seeing how these concepts actually work.
I remember struggling with geometry in school. If only I had something like Jovebra back then.
Right.
Okay, so we've got tools for visual learners, but what about working together?
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yeah.
They've got that covered too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've got Zoom integrated for live classes and discussions or even just casual meetings.
Okay.
And they're planning to add even more virtual meeting tools down the road.
So it's kind of like they're building a virtual campus
Yeah,
with classrooms and labs and even a student union all in one place.
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
They're trying to create this whole ecosystem for learning research and collaboration,
Huh.
and they're adding new tools and features all the time to make that ecosystem even better.
Wow, impressive.
It is. Yeah, it really is remarkable how much thought they've put into, all the different aspects of learning and research.
Yeah, I was just looking through my notes here.
Hmm.
And one thing that really jumps out at me is their commitment to open source tools and like flexibility.
Well, yeah,
They're not saying you have to use this one video chat platform, for example.
right.
They've got Zoom integrated, but they also talk about supporting Google Hangouts and Meet. And they even mention like potentially integrating with Cisco WebEx and Big Blue Button in the future.
Wow.
It's like they really want to meet people where they are.
Absolutely. They recognize that people have different preferences and workflows.
Right.
So instead of forcing everyone into one way of doing things,
Exactly.
they're giving you a whole toolbox.
Yeah, and this toolbox is pretty impressive.
Right.
Yeah, they've got dedicated interfaces for Python, for R, for Sage, even Macaulay too,
Macaulay too.
which I'll be honest, I had to look up.
Oh, yeah.
It's apparently a software system for algebraic geometry and commutative algebra.
Yeah, they've really gone all out to try to cater to like a wide range of users, from beginners to specialists.
Yeah, and it's not just about offering the tools, it's about making them easy to use.
Exactly.
They've got this like batteries included approach where a lot of these tools are like already set up and ready to go.
Right out of the box.
Like that R programming interface. They've got like almost 19,000 packages already installed.
That's wild.
It's crazy. So someone could just start exploring data analysis, without having to go through all this complex setup.
Exactly. They're removing those barriers
Yeah.
to entry. And it gets even cooler. Get this.
Okay.
They're talking about being able to run code directly from the forum.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so imagine you're having a discussion about a coding problem,
Uh-huh.
and someone can post a working example right there in the forum,
Oh, wow.
and you can see it and interact with it.
That's incredible. It's like a live coding session, but in a forum.
Yeah, exactly. It's taking the forum to a whole new level. And it's not just programming either.
Okay.
They've got tools for symbolic computations with SIMPy,
Simply.
which is a free alternative to Mathematica.
Oh, cool.
And they've got integration with the GNU debugger so you can find and fix errors in your code.
So they're really catering to everyone from like hobbyist coders to serious researchers.
That's right.
So we've covered a lot of the coding tools, but what about those interactive tools for visual learners that you mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah, those are great. So they support embedding these interactive ECT simulations.
VCT simulations.
Yeah, and those are amazing for visualizing scientific and mathematical concepts.
Okay.
So let's say you're learning about physics.
Right.
Instead of just reading about abstract principles,
Yeah.
you can actually run a simulation and see how those principles work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Way better than just trying to picture it in your head.
Right. And for data science and AI research,
Yeah.
they've got Google Collaboratory notebooks embedded.
Oh, yeah. Those are powerful.
Yeah, you can create and embed as many notebooks as you want,
Uh-huh.
which makes it really great for collaborating on big projects.
So researchers could be working on a project together, sharing code and data all seamlessly within TSSFL.
Yeah, it's really quite futuristic.
It is. And for anyone who's ever had to like wrestle with formatting a scientific document, they've got LaTeX support integrated with Overleaf,
Nice.
so you can access and edit LaTeX files right there on the platform.
So convenient.
It seems like they're really trying to create this one-stop shop where you can do everything, from learning basic coding to collaborating on like cutting-edge research.
Yeah, they've got interactive plotly graphs and charts.
Wow.
GeoGebra, Applix, high charts, editable, Google spreadsheets, Google Forms and quizzes, even YouTube videos and playlists.
It's a pretty extensive list.
It is. They've thought of just about everything.
They really have. But, beyond all the cool features and the impressive technology,
Yeah.
what really strikes me is their vision for the future.
Oh, how so?
Well, they're not just building a platform, they're building a movement. They talk about being a catalyst for technology-assisted learning and research, especially in Tanzania and Africa. And they want to break down all these barriers.
Yeah.
Time, location, access to technology. They want to make learning and innovation accessible to everyone.
It's a big goal.
It's a huge goal.
But it's so inspiring.
It is.
Imagine the impact they could have if they're successful.
Right.
Think about all the communities that have been underserved by technology. This could be transformative for them.
That's what I find so exciting about all of this.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technology.
Right.
It's about how they're using the technology to empower people to learn, to grow, to create.
It's about potential.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that TSSFL is much more than just a forum.
Oh, for sure.
They're building something really special.
They are.
And it's going to be really interesting to see how it evolves in the coming years.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it really is inspiring to see a platform like this with, like a social mission built right in.
Yeah, it's not just about giving people tools. It's about building a community, fostering that spirit of collaboration and sharing knowledge and breaking down those boundaries.
And that brings us back to you listening right now.
Exactly. With all of these tools at your fingertips.
Right.
What could you do? What problem could you solve? What could you create?
It's a good question. It's something worth thinking about.
Imagine a world where the smartest people from all over the planet could work together.
Yeah.
Seamlessly using platforms like this.
And where access to knowledge and technology is no longer a barrier.
Right. Everyone has a chance to learn and innovate.
That's the kind of future TSSFL is trying to build.
It is. And it's a future I'm really excited to be a part of.
Me too. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of the TSSFL Technology Stack. I hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have.
I know I have. It's been fascinating.
It has. And remember, this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah. The exploration doesn't stop here.
Keep asking questions, keep learning, keep pushing the boundaries.
That's what it's all about.
Until next time, keep diving deep.